Hello and welcome back to the Pocket Yogi. Today I'll be guiding you through some cool down stretches that you can do after a run. Begin by standing in mountain pose at the center of your mat. Inhale, raise your arms, gaze up, palms touching. Exhale, fold forward, knees generously bent. Fingertips on the mat. Now cross your right foot behind your left, straightening out that right leg while keeping your left leg bent. A gentle twist by keeping your left palm on the mat and raising your right arm up. Finding a nice stretch in the right side of your outer hip. Now crossing over your left leg behind your right, raising your left arm towards the sky. Inhale, come halfway up, hands on your shins to maintain a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Let gravity do its job of letting your head hang heavy. Inhale, palms on the mat, stepping back into a plank. Some ankle stretches here as you rock back and forth in this pose. Breathe out as you drop down with control with your belly on the mat, toes untucked. Inhale, lifting your torso into a cobra. Exhale, tucking your toes, lifting your hips into a down dog. Inhale, step forward into a half fold. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale as you stretch with your arms all the way up. Exhale, hands at the heart center. Now come on facing the side of the mat with your feet out wide for a round of wide-legged forward fold. Hands on your waist as you take a deep breath in. Breathing out. Folding forward with your chest facing forward with control. Fingertips on the mat to support you in this pose if you prefer. Let your hands guide you as you drop your hips to the right for a side lunge, keeping your left leg straight and your left foot flexed. Shifting your hips for a side lunge to the left. Let's do 2 more rounds of these. Moving on to the side lunge to the right. Try to keep your right heel on the mat and your left foot flexed. Onto the left. Side lunge to the right. And one last on the left. Coming back to the center, raising your hips up for the wide-legged forward fold. Exhale as you fold deeper into this pose. Inhale, hinging from your hips, raising your chest with control. Come back to standing. Now step your right foot to the back of the mat, left foot at a 45-degree angle, pointing to the lower left corner of the mat. Preparing for the pyramid pose as your hips are pointing to the back of the mat. Breathing in to lengthen that spine. Breathing out, hinging from your hips, fold forward over your right leg. Try to keep a flat back as you lower yourself. You can lower your fingertips on the mat or keep your hands behind you. Make sure you're keeping your hips squared by drawing your right hip back. With an inhalation, slowly come back to standing. Equal stretch on both sides. Let's do the pyramid pose on the left. Deep breath in. Breathing out. Deepen your hip crease as you fold forward. Try to keep a flat back here. Deep breaths in this pose as you lengthen your spine with every inhalation and fold forward with every exhalation. Try to keep a micro bend in your left knee so you're not locking your knees. Inhale, rising up. Now step at the top of the mat. Inhale, raising your arms up, palms touching. Exhale, fold all the way forward. Inhale, half fold with a flat back. Exhale, palms on the mat, stepping back into a plank. Holding your breath as you drop down with your belly on the mat. Inhale, rising up into a cobra. Exhale as you tuck your toes, step back into the downward facing dog. Inhale, swinging your right leg forward, bending your right knee, rotating your foot, so now your right knee rests near the right wrist and your right shin may angle back towards the left hip or be more parallel to the front of the mat, depending on your range of motion. Your left leg rests on the mat with your left foot untucked. Please keep a block or a blanket under your right hip if you find yourself struggling in this pose. Adding a gentle twist here by keeping your left fingertips near your right knee and extending your right arm to the back. You can also grab the outer left thigh if you feel like getting deeper into the twist. If you can, lift your left foot off the mat for a gentle quad stretch. Exhale, tucking your left foot, stepping back into the downward facing dog. Let's move on to the pigeon pose on your left. Taking deep breaths as you try to square your hips, pointing to the top of the mat. Most of the runners end up having very tight hips, and pigeon pose is one of those poses that helps you open up your hips. A gentle twist to the left. Adding the quad stretch if you feel like it. Tucking your right foot, stepping back into your down dog. lowering your hips down into the child's pose. One breath cycle here. Now come onto a seated position for one round of butterfly. Come onto your sit bones as you bend your knees and press the soles of your feet together. Interlace your fingers around the pinky toes of your feet or place your hands on your shins. Inhale, lengthening your spine, drawing your shoulders down and back. If you think your back is rounding in this pose, feel free to sit against a wall or place a cushion or a block under your hips. You can also position your feet closer to your hips to increase the intensity of the stretch. Few breaths. And release. Come onto a comfortable seated position. Inhale, lifting your arms overhead. Exhale, palms at the heart center. And that's all for today. Thank you for joining. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like it below and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon.